Hope everyone's well. Well. What was all that about? What was all that about, mate? What was all that about? Let's take 3 steps back and really think about what we just seen, right? I just done a watch along with my West Ham Minds channel family, who are very dear to me. We are hardcore West Ham. Our blood is claret and blue, right? And the best thing about that watch along, if anyone on it, was me. Going through my West Ham bar, couple of memorabilia, my booze collection, some fun and games in there, questions about food. Nothing going on in the game, right? Nothing going on in the game, right? The score is going to tell you a completely different picture, right? West Ham United, 6th, 7th in the Premier League. If you look at the world's richest, biggest clubs in the world, we're usually in the top 20. Viborg, 7th in the Danish league. Frankie, how you doing? You all right, mate?
How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah. Let me just, I'll fill you in. You take a back seat and I'll just start the assembly in primary school. So, right in the back, quiet, Baz, quiet, Baz. Right, quiet. So, yeah, so I've done the watch along. And the most entertainment the watch along has been me talking about my West Ham bar, the alcohol collection, funny stories, what's your favourite food, favourite wine, favourite bar. The match has been in the background, just passed me by. Train strike, felt very, very sorry for the loyal hardcore fans who went out there. Half the ground was empty. And Frankie will answer this question later on, but why would you have white seats at a ground? When there's no one there, it just looks worse. It should be slightly neutral colour, but we'll go into that later on. West Ham United, I was about to say, Frankie, if you look at the richest league, the biggest clubs, we're usually in the top 20, 25. Around Benfica's level, a little bit above. Denmark, Viborg, 7th in the league. Don't forget that. They finished 7th in the league. We were 7th in our league. And, mate, they lost 2 of their good players through the virus. If you look at the stats, Frankie, I can say it right now, right? The stats mention 54% West Ham, 46% Viborg, more goal attempts, 9 goal attempts on them, 7 from us, and 5 on target from them, 6 from us, mate, right? So before I go into the chat, in terms of the lineup, Ariola in goal, Johnson, we had Kufal in there, Oggy was in there, and Ashby was in there. Coventry, Souček in the middle, and then Cornet, Lanzini, Bowen behind Scamacca. So for me, in summary, before I go into it, very, very fortunate perhaps to get away with a 3-1 win. And some of the things I saw there, Frankie, in terms of the space we gave them in midfield, to come and attack us, to have all those shots I've mentioned on target. Premier League team would have destroyed us tonight. Absolutely finished us, mate. We were... I mean, Scamacca, Cornet was kind of shining out there a little bit. I mean, coming in, fresh ideas, Cornet trying to make things happen, trying to be clever, Scamacca trying to make those moves, things like that. But Souček, for me, I'm not going to say too much about anyone else in centre mid, but marking was all over the place. And it's all about football in a playground. They had so much room, Viborg, and numerous chances. And a good team, like a Premier League team on the day, would have absolutely made the most of it and what happened, really. So before Frankie comes in, he has not seen a lot of the game, by the way. So, Ryan, okay. Souček, Kufal, Kufal played as a left-back, everyone, interestingly, and some people are saying he was okay. He was largely at fault for their goal because I don't know why he ended up in that position. A new signing, Kera, who'd just come on probably 110 seconds before that. Again, yeah, he didn't look great, but he just come on. So I don't know what to say. He was kind of in there. He didn't mark anyone, and Kufal got, due to his height, he got smashed all over and the ball went in. And someone said something in the commentary, which I think Frankie has been mentioning, is that we're not stopping the crosses. We're not stopping the crosses going in. And we're giving far too much room in the centre midfield position. And it's a circus. you can score as many as you want, you know. So that's one or two things to take from there. Dabs, yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not. It's Viborg. It's Viborg. Great support from them. I think they packed their side out. So well done. Great people. Lovely country. Frankie knows that better than me. So yeah, hope you enjoy yourselves in London and things like that. But listen, they done brilliantly, missing two of their key players. So let's keep going. I'm not sure if I'm going to touch upon that, but we'll go into. We'll see. We'll see. Derek. Oh my God. That's a great stat. That's a good stat. 1-2. Ryan's fuming like me. Ryan's in it. So Frankie, for me, I think the scoreline doesn't quite tell the whole story, mate. Can you tell us in terms of the line? I was happy with the lineup. I thought the lineup was kind of okay, wasn't it? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I had a look at the lineup when it came through on the app. I felt like it was a lot of what we expected. I didn't expect Ogbonna, to be honest. I thought that was a risky decision to chuck him straight in there on what's quite it's not a tough game, but it's a critical game to get the result and get a positive result. So we go out there and the tie is pretty much job done. So quite surprised at that. Soufal left back was interesting. It's hard to judge him when you ask him to play on a totally different side. He's not the most technical, two-footed player. It's not like you can just chuck him over there and expect him to just do the same job he does at right back. So the fact he's done a job tonight, I think, is you can't really criticise him too much, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I mean, Coventry in the middle. I've seen a lot of comments that James just put in there, a lot of backwards passing. Similar from Ashby. I was told that a lot of sidewards and backwards passing, just not anything to get us up the pitch, nothing to progress other than the new boys, your Cornets and they sort of had a bit more forward up thinking and a bit more intent in their play. So
it is. I think if I look through the team, I mean, Areola for me is 50-50 at the moment. I'm not sure about him. I'm just being honest again. Kufal was okay, but when you look at their goal, he's right in the middle of it. So that's my comments on him. But he was using that other foot a lot of Frankie, so he has got another foot to him than the right foot. Oggie's lost a lot of body mass, and Frankie looked very slim. Very slim. And I just got a feeling, Frankie, just being harsh and honest and what I've seen, this performance tonight in the Premier League would get smashed, mate. Absolutely smashed. Yeah, there's nothing.
That's fine, though, mate. And I know, at the end of the day, you still want to see positives. But it sounds like we did have some positives. Mm-hmm. It's okay tonight, but I think the reason why it's exaggerated a little bit tonight is our Premier League form has been so poor to start with that we wanted to take something from tonight almost to give us some confidence for Sunday. And I'm not sure we've got enough of that. I think the only things we've got is the performance from Cornet maybe can give us a bit more attacking threat, and it sounds like Scamacca just needs to start. So
them two, Frankie, was like, oh my God, we've been missing this. Cornet was trickery, skillful, overlapping, but not crossing in. Keep going that way and that way, making sure when it's the right time to do it. Was in the box at the right time. That's what I want. All right, if you missed your chance, I don't mind. But you were there, and more than likely it's going to come off for you. Scamacca got a goal, nearly got a couple more, but loved what I saw from him. And when he scored that header, it was anticipation. He was in the right time, and he finished it. And I'm like, you needed that, boy. You know, this is a big club. Like, going back to what Frankie says, we are a huge club, right? And when you sign for us with that money tag, and our club, our fan base, 63,000. That's one thing I think, Frank, you know, and you were right. You know, sometimes when we want to buy a club player from Brighton, from Nottingham Forest, from Burnley, it's a different thing, isn't it? Playing for Burnley, playing for Blackburn, West Ham. David Cross is, again, going back to history. David Cross, that Canning Town Len interview, he came from, he played for West Brom and I think another club in the Midlands. And he said, what happened? He goes, David said, I was scared. Because I never thought it was good enough for West Ham. Because we think from up north, he goes, you clubs like West Ham, London, you're big clubs under pressure, in the highlight, in the limelight. Newspaper headlines always about West Ham, Arsenal, Spurs, right? And he said in the Midlands, Coventry, Brighton, Birmingham, Wolves, doesn't matter sometimes, and that's a big thing, isn't it, Frankie? When you
Yeah.
it's not easy playing for our club, you know, and obviously some players like the Canio, Arnie, Paye, they've done well. So this comment from Ryan, mate. I mean, any comments on that? We were 7th because Wolves didn't. I remember that now. Wolves were coming in like a train and suddenly went off the train, didn't they?
But see, Ryan sees it as we were 7th. I see it as the second half of the season. We would have finished 13th if the season started in January.
Ryan agrees.
It's actually worse than that. It's worse than that picture. That was only a small part of it. The big telltale was if the season starts in January, we finish 13th. But we know we've got work to do on the second half of that season. We know that we blamed it on the European adventure that we went on. That's what got the blame. We just made so many excuses for that period of form. I don't think there was any excuses to lose to people like Leeds at home.
Burnley was the worst one. Burnley.
Wow. I don't think there was any excuses for them, and I don't really blame that on the European adventure that we went on, to be honest, mate. So we have got some making up to do. And like I said to people, the problem is we need to start quickly because, believe you me, if people think we want to go on this, Conference League, and a lot of people are expecting us to get to the final and all these things that I'm seeing, believe me, if we are not in the top half of the Premier League, the board will be communicating from top to bottom. Premier League is your number one priority. Don't even think about fielding your strongest side for the Conference League if it's going to affect our Premier League performances. They won't have it, mate, because the Premier League is what protects their investment, 100%. So we need to start quickly. We've started very slowly. Like I say, mate, we need to buck our ideas up on Sunday, and it's not going to be an easy game.
I mean, obviously, there's a train strike, but the ground being virtually half empty. Is it the prices, mate? Anything to do with the prices? Yeah.
The thing is, like I said to people, right, I didn't go tonight. I could have taken the little one, could have taken him up there. We can't jump on the train. If the tickets are a kid for £1, I get a taxi because I think, well, I've saved the money, so I jump in a taxi. It will still cost me a little bit more than normal, but I can suffer that. But when the tickets were priced at what they were, you look at it and you just think, I can't justify that. And I can't. And so don't think the whole thing was just that. And mate, they peddle it out there to all the local community. They could have got people in there if they really wanted to. They were desperate in the end, sending text messages around a few hours before kickoff. They just need to admit they got it wrong. And do you know what gets me, mate? We're going through tough old times right now. The world is,
hash browns, mate, hash browns.
This is it. It is, though, man. The cost of living is mental right now. Tonight, they had a perfect excuse to say to people who can't normally afford football, and normal fans can't get to the stadium. So we're going to make it a kid for £1, and we're going to make it a tenner for an adult, and come and watch some football. And they could have done that. And I'm not talking about tourists. I'm not talking about whatever. I'm talking about West Ham fans who day to day can't afford to go and watch football with their kids. And if they could have taken their 3 kids for £1 each,
because school holidays
are on. That's it, mate. That people would have gone. And I just think the club missed a real big trick there to say, do you know what? Let's give a little bit something back tonight. And it's a shame.
I think there's not enough West Ham fans that work in the backroom, what I've heard, the backroom team. Not enough common sense, shall I say. And when Mum was like, yeah, the kids are doing my head in. Dad, take him away for the give me the evening off, Because you're Frankie, you got the other right though. My older one's got a different issue. They're all out, getting whatever they're getting, pissed and all that. Make sure I get home on time. You're like, yeah. If someone finds like granddad, like there's all in Tesco's, like, doing their nutting. But it is what it is, mate. We're gonna go into the chat's going absolutely nuts. James, there's no plan. Moyes looked angry. He was in the stand. Stuart Pearce was there. Rob Newham looked miserable as fuck, mate. Lazy little shit. He only works 3 months a year, you little, and then he had 1 or 2. I think one of them might be David Moyes' son. There was some of the grandkid was there. I think, I'm not sure.
Well, the son's the scout now, isn't it? So
I think maybe his grandson was there. I'm not sure. He's getting quite close to, and one of those things. Piercy comes back on a daily rate, like a contractor. So he comes in like now, and when you need him, like, what do I want him for? 8 changes, son. Listen, listen. You can shoot me to the floor. Brighton, we're not winning that game. We're not. We've got too many issues. Skamaka Cornet,
we've got to believe, mate. We've got to believe.
No, I love Skamaka Cornet. I love him, but that is not enough. And you cannot put the mountain shoulder in the new signings. That's not fair, I think.
No.
We've had a shit preseason, shit season from January. I didn't know there's that many issues, Jane. I just like, yeah, we only need 4. I didn't know it's like to this level. No one looks motivated. Bowen looked miserable as fuck when he came off.
But this is my point, mate. I was saying to someone last night in one of them spaces things on Twitter, right? My boy was given by Mr. Geo, all we know, Mr. Geo. He gave me one of them books that you fill out where you write the player's name and you give him a score, right? So he sent me a couple of them, one for me, one for my boy.
Yeah.
So my boy wanted to go back. He wanted to watch the Man City game and the Nottingham Forest game and give the players the scores. So I had to relive the trauma of those 2 games, which weren't particularly nice. But after that, he wanted to do more. So he said, I want to watch the Chelsea game where we won 3-2, where Masuaku scored that worldie miss kick. And then he wanted to watch the Liverpool game when we won 3-2. Mate, see that Chelsea game? There was such a different... Souček played with a smile on his face. He went into the crowd at full time. He was having photographs taken. There was this real buzzy, happy, smiley. Everyone was playing with a smile on their face. It was a total different. I couldn't believe how different the feel was from what we're seeing the first 2 games of this season to what we experienced back then. And something has gone wrong. I don't know what it is, but believe me, there's players there who, like you just said, look quite miserable now compared to how they did back then.
Lockdown, do you remember, oh my God, jumping on my sofa, the fast-paced Lingard, everyone else. Bowen, oh my God, you're right, mate. He looked like he had slept in 3 days, dark circles. He looked at Moyes like on death. And Moyes, when we were scoring, Moyes just like, so miserable. Rob, you should have seen Rob Newman's face like he's about to die. Such a negative atmosphere around the ground. I had the best, I'm having a great time chatting to you. My watch along was all about pissing about my whiskey rum collections. That was a highlight of the whole match. Because I thought should be professional. You should have a pattern to your play. You're slick. You're efficient. You don't give room because Premier League is the best league in the world. That's why you come here. Viborg were comfortable, mate. It was 50-50. You couldn't. If I blindfolded you and said, you would have said this is a Premier League game. There's no way they're from Denmark. This is like a team like the same. There's not much between them. That ain't right. And Souček, I didn't even notice him. This comment, Coventry. The thing with that, James, is the youngsters are scared. They don't get chances. They know it's like a shotgun from Moyes. If you don't score, you're not going to get a chance again. That is not the right environment for youngsters to flourish in. It could be a bit about that. I don't know, because I don't know Coventry that well, right? That's the thing. But
I think it's a lot of that. Moyes does constantly communicate, don't give the ball away. And he's ruined Ben Rama from doing it. And the youngsters, if they're petrified of, misplacing a pass, it's not ideal. And if that's the culture we're creating, it don't allow people to flourish, mate. So it's a concern.
The problem, Eamon, is, again, thanks for watching, top lad. The thing is, most of these players are in our first team, and it's a lack of squad. We're playing, Kufal's playing left back. We're playing Johnson still centre back. There's so many issues. There's so many issues in the team still, right? And we'll come into a bit later, but Antonio's goal, I think McGran could have put that in the net, but that's good work by Benrahma. Great assist. And please, Mr. David Moyes, don't drop Benrahma now. Give him a run. Keep playing him. Put your arm around him if you've got it in you. Please, please, please. Ashby was really good. Yeah, he's a good lad. But don't. Premiership is unforgiving. Frankie knows it's a. What formation did I see? 4-2-3-1. Same. 4-2-3-1. Souček with Connor Coventry in the middle, Kufal on the wrong side, Ashby on the wrong side. Then you had Oggy and Johnson in the middle, and then the other lot. Yeah, it was about the same, mate. Derek, it was the same. I know some of depending on what internet sites you follow, they give them the wrong information. Yeah, Ashby's all right. Ashby just needs to be a bit more. We're fine going forward with Kufal. It's all about making sure you keep thinking about the back. And the thing is, I don't know what your comments, Frankie, are on unable to stop numerous crosses. And when the cross comes in, everyone's like, all over the place. No one's
Mate,
picking.
there's a time when you jockey as a fullback or a defensive player, and there's a time you need to go and win the ball. And I've said it always about Soufal, and people are only starting to get on his back a little bit for his performances. But Soufal never stops the cross coming in. He tries to jockey the player, and every time the ball comes into the box, it gets so frustrating because the most important thing from a fullback defensively is cut the cross out. Don't let the ball come into the box. Yes, don't get beat on the byline and let someone get round you, and because that's obviously bad as well. But you do have to commit sometimes and stop the cross coming into the box. And Soufal just don't do it, mate.
Daniel, that's a good point. But when you say he needs to start over Lanzini, there's not much of competition, is it?
Lanzini's finished, mate, and he's
seriously. Oh my days, mate. Seriously, we had unfit. Listen, mate. But it is what it is. And some of these strikers like Nunes, he'll finish Oggy. Oggy ain't got a chance, mate. I don't think. Oggy. Love him. Great service. Were you there, Frankie, with that extra time FA Cup goal win against Klopp when he first came in? Oggy, love that one.
Yeah.
That was a great night.
It.
Ben Rama should play through the middle. I think he does, doesn't he? I think he does now, a little bit, no? I think he does. 4-2-3-1, that 3. He's in the middle. I think he's in the middle. He's in the middle, mate. What's your first game, Frankie? First one you ever went to? Then I always remember like what the history garbage you talk about. Then I know at least if you're alive or not.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't remember my first game. I went when I was 2 years old with my old man. I don't remember that.
No, that's
the one that I do remember. I've got the program here somewhere, but I couldn't tell you the date. It must have been around 1997. It was Blackburn at home. Blackburn at home. All I remember was Ludic McCloskey letting a free kick. That was all I remember. So it weren't a big important game.
I got married about that time, and the first game I took my wife, who won 6-0 against Barnsley, hat trick by Hartson, Samasi Abu. So your first memories are really 2000 then.
The Samasi Abu season, I had a season ticket that season. I remember the 2 League Cup games where we had Arsenal and we missed. I remember Abu missing the penalty, which was devastating.
Were you in the family stand then as a kid? In the family stand,
yeah. So I do remember. I do remember that.
Oh, mate, getting me emotional. That's another thing now. No, Eamon, no, Eamon. Look at the league table, right? Played 2, lost 2, one of them to Forest. That's shameful for me. And this performance, Eamon, did you watch the game or you didn't? Listen, I love you. Thanks for watching. But I can see Brighton. Listen, I'm telling you, we are not beating Brighton, mate. And if I'm wrong, I'll jump on the channel and you can give me enough stuff. Listen, there's a lot of issues. I'm just saying it. Frankie, am I wrong? Just go for it, mate.
No, I do. I do think there are issues. I think we've got a lot of issues. I think we haven't addressed them soon enough. I think we're unlucky with the Aguerd situation. I think we was unlucky a little bit against Forest. But again, like we say, you make your own luck. This is my slight issue, right? Last season, we used to play bad and still get a win. This time we've played all right against Forest and lost. I don't want that to start to be what starts creeping in, because that would be a real problem for us, mate. And those Forest games, we were winning the other day, mate. We were winning, and it's not happening no more. So we need to be really cautious. If we don't get something against Brighton, and then we got to go to Aston Villa, and then we roll on to Tottenham and Chelsea, things can start getting very bleak very, very quickly, mate.
Because I've seen it. I know what's around the corner, and I don't want to put any pressure on Skamaka and those people, Cornet. No, you more or less going to kill those guys. They come from a really good background, nice and confident. They're looking around saying, who's going to help us? Rice looks miserable. And even Frankie, we discussed, his game was a bit all over the place against Forest. Bowen looks miserable as anything. Souček's just keeps doing that. Yeah. That's it.
And this is that way. Exactly what you just said, mate. At the end of the day, you have to look at, and even I remember watching some of the qualifying games that we had for the Europa League, mate. Totally different. There's a different feel to them. There was such positivity. There was such a good vibe around the whole thing. Everything that was going on, it felt different. And this is, we're not sitting here saying everything's doom and gloom and we're going to get relegated and all that. We're not saying that. But we are being real that there's been a very big change in attitude, the togetherness that we had as a squad, which I think has been our main strength for the past 2 years, is that I think we all worked hard for each other, fought hard for each other. We all played for a smile on our face, and there was a real positivity around the club. I don't think that's there. And you expect when Skamaka and Cornet and you get these sort of signings come in, you expect to lift. But I've not seen that. And the fact that Souček tonight had an opportunity in a game like this to really put the doubters to bed and show what his worth is, and he still
didn't even stand out. Didn't even stand out. Nothing.
Problem. It's a real problem.
And what we want these people is doing pointing fingers, going like that, fighting for the tackle, first ball, smash it, put it that way. But come on, these are really good players, mate. Way of Viborg. Are you telling me if we suddenly got relegated to the Denmark League, this will more or less be a draw sometimes? This is pathetic. Yeah. And Daniel, I mean, I didn't know about this stat. First win at home in 6, 1 in 10. That backs up what me and Frankie are saying. I'm just like, what the hell's that shit? And if Basil's in the channel, he'll be worse than us, isn't it, Frankie?
It would, but I'll tell you now that we shouldn't have conceded against this mob. We shouldn't have done. We should not have conceded a goal. And I couldn't believe it when I looked at the app, because I couldn't watch the game tonight. I was in a meeting. But when I was in the meeting, I had a quick look at the app and I switched to look at the match stats. I couldn't believe how many attempts at goal they had compared to us. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
They had more than us till the last goal. Yeah, and possession is 55-45. Daniel, did you go to the game? Does that mean 5? No, I thought we sorted this shit out. 5-10 for what? Club. Listen,
But you know why that is, Jazz? Because this is what the ball don't tell you and people don't understand either, right? Because of the contract that we had with the London Stadium, this tournament didn't exist when we signed the contract. So normally when we play European games, we have to pay more than what our standard arrangement is just for Premier League football. Because this tournament didn't exist, there's a loophole that we don't have to pay them a single extra penny for any Europa League conference games. Because of that, they're going to sting the fans for ridiculous amounts on food, drink and beverages and everything else in around the stadium. The club, and I know why should the club turn around and say, well, we'll just pay more money. I do understand that. But if you've got this loggerhead where we have literally got into a situation where the LLDC hate West Ham United, the Mayor of London hates West Ham United, and they are not going to do us any favours, mate. And if we've got these loopholes, rather than turning around as West Ham...
He's a Liverpool fan, isn't he? He's a Liverpool fan, isn't he? But that's another...
But rather than us turning around and going, yeah, we appreciate that. I know this tournament didn't exist, but we have obviously got to pay you extra for the matches that we play there. However, help the fans out with food and drink for that night. Do you know what? Then all of a sudden you get into a different conversation. Instead, we hate them, they hate us, and it's all a game, mate. We're just pawns in their little game, and we suffer, and it's not fair.
Do you know the way we play football, and that's the way they serve food? They don't want to do it. They pour pints in trays 15 minutes before. It doesn't come out fresh out the tap. Tottenham, I've heard it comes up for the bomb. It probably does.
It does.
It kills me more when I hear that. I didn't want to eat the ground. Daughter, I said, you want a cheeseburger? I'll get you one. The bun was cold. The cheese didn't even melt. I don't know what it was. I just had to stick it on the card and whatever. Warren, I don't think Coventry's 10 out of 10. Come on, Warren. Anyway, new name. Welcome. But, yeah, listen, the kids, oh, my God, what can I say? Is it not the environment for them to flourish? I don't know. You know, when you see, you know the youngsters when they come on for Liverpool. I know I say a lot of things about Klopp, but when these youngsters are there, he's constantly patting on the back, cuddles, words in their ears, and says, "Go on, boy." I love that. I love that bit of humanity, a bit of. If your son played for West Ham, and David just stares at, come on, you want that bit of humanity, you know? Like John, I don't know. It's something's not right. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna find out anyway. Listen, Nans are very, very special people. I've got this thing again. Frankie, you can have a go at me. I've got this 6. I'm worried about Agard. There's something in my mind that I don't know what we've done. Right? Again, completely stupid. I've just got this 6th sense. Kira, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I think my mind is going all over the place. I've done a great show yesterday where I basically he was going to be my best man at my. Actually, I'm married anyway, but you know what I mean. I've just got these things. Skamaka, no issue. Cornet, no issue at all. No issue at all. Kera, Agard, Downs. I don't know if Moy's going to bring him along the way. I've just got these things now in my mind now, Frank. I don't know, mate. Frankly.
Mate, the thing is, we all know about Downs, and
Ariola's going to be up and down as well for me. I just say that now. I know. I just think so.
Yeah, the thing is, we're all sitting here touting how fantastic this window's been and everything else. Mate, time will tell. We all thought the same with the Hilaire situation. I'm a little bit more reserved now. I think it looks like good business. I do think it looks like good business, but I'm still reserving a little bit of judgment until I see these boys play. Obviously, we haven't seen him enough tonight. The Kera, he's just not played enough football for us to comment on. Should he start on Sunday? I think it's a massive risk. But if you ain't got no one else, then what other options have you got? It's
great comments from Trippier, who I think has been a fantastic signing for Eddie Howe. And he mentioned Brighton 0-0. He goes, my God. Because Newcastle they are a solid team now. They are regarded as a solid team. And he said, this Brighton team, he goes, I cleared a goal off the line twice. I don't know how he got a point. If that's what they're saying, I ain't got a clue. Socha Singh, how you doing, brother? Part of the Sikh Brigade, isn't he? All that loud music. Keep it Frankie.
Not been tormented this afternoon, mate. And I've done
I'll never would. Pass me the phone. I'll sort them out. Bloody idiots. He's 6'1". Yeah, he's not tall. But it's that comment I made. Obviously, Frankie didn't hear it. What's that comment when you're not master of anything and you're a little bit of that? What's that one?
Yeah. Jack of all trades.
Yeah. All that, mate. Ballon d'Or, how you doing? See, I'm really worried about Areola now. Really worried about him. Is he bad or has he been... See, the question's going to come now, Frankie. Are these bad players or they're not being shown the right path? It's so many questions. Youngsters, are we going to rule out every... Coventry, you're shit. Ashby, you're shit. We're going to kill you. I don't know, mate. I do not know what's going on. He's 6'1". 6'1". Chicken Run Upton Park.
How did Ogbonna play overall, mate? Did he look like he's got more games in him or not?
He looked very fragile physically, lost a lot of mass, a lot of muscle.
Right.
Very slim. And I was thinking someone like Haaland or Nunez or finish him off.
Yeah.
But he's very clever. I know he's very intelligent. He can read the game, but I think it's taken a lot out of him. I could be wrong.
It would at his age, mate. You don't come back from them. He might play a very bit part, mate, but he's not going to be someone.
Collins made it. These Welsh boys are and something else. They're big boys. Collins, Gabby Don, never had an issue with them. No one's going to push those boys around. But yeah, so for me, a lot of muscle wastage. Yeah, and that's why they're running around, isn't it, Frankie? They wouldn't run around for no reason. They're panicking now, you know. We need that, and I'm all right, mate. Just woken up with you. That's why what everyone was saying before this was this competition, like you said, we stay up, and that's their ambition. We got to go and win this competition. This is the only hope of being in Europe, Frankie. That's what the question was. Yeah, this is the only hope of, I think, qualifying for Europe next season. I think realistically, I think we lose to Brighton. I got a wedding that day, near, but listen, football's a funny old game, and if we win, I'll be the first one like jumping over the wall and all that kind of stuff. Or Black Country, how you doing? Poor performance. Don't never be sorry for your negative. As long as it's honest, comes from the heart. This is West Ham. We're not Fulham Football Club with our count and ties on and Arsenal. We are honest and we are brutal. I'm not from East End of London, but I know what the area is about. This is the area that suffered the most in World War II. Smashed it, mate. Strong shipbuilders, isn't it, mate? And the Kent boys out there as well, making rope in Kent, the Chatham dock boys.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very happy, Mandy. Mandy, hope you're doing well. I know you joined me for the watch along. Yeah, very happy. Looking to make things happen. Sparky looked big smile on his face. Yeah, I loved it. So Frankie Cornet, no issue. He should have nearly scored as well, and he set the goal up for Skamaka. Brilliant cross. He tried to cross it in 3 times, but he kept on twisting and turning, waiting for the right time. Boom. Really happy with that. Yeah, yep. He's got that side to him. He did play left back for Lyon before joining Burnley, and then he got changed around. Yeah, he's got that side to him. When you see that goal, it's unfortunate for him, and I can only say what I saw. It didn't look good for him. Him and Kofal were all kinds of problems, but he only came on, Frankie, 2 minutes before that, so I can't say nothing. Me and Frankie remember Bilic. Do you remember Bilic? No, you don't, do you? Bilic, West Ham.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I do.
Look, pointing like that, stuff like that, really.
Yeah.
Let me go for the comments and then.
Hey.
mate, that's what it
New
is.
sponsor, mate. 69mega.com.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, we don't. Oggie's still gonna be there with his mind, trying to sort it out. Nunes, listen, Nunes is gonna be a good player. Don't worry about that. Nunes will be fine, and Klopp has got that dark side to him. And again, Frankie, that was a clever thing where the manager should be afraid of the manager, isn't it? When we spoke about Bilic and Arteta and people like that. David Moyes, I don't know what he's like in the dressing room. I don't know, mate.
He's guaranteed to be safe for the next 2 years, mate, regardless of what situation we're in.
That's what I thought. They got squashed in, didn't they? Kera got squashed in a bit.
See, that sort of thing winds me up. Just the way it starts, right? You're talking rubbish. No one's talking rubbish, right? Everyone's got an opinion on how the situation is. You know, you've worked in a few venues, lovely. That's amazing. But at the end of the day, they do set the price in. But what I'm saying is we literally battle with them over everything. And at the end of the day, why are West Ham United putting out statements saying that they're going to basically take legal action if the prices are not made more affordable? So West Ham do have some sort of say, and I understand it's all contract and legalities. None of us know what the actual situation is. What I'm trying to say is it don't help when they hate you and you hate them. That don't help, and that's the fact of the matter. And I don't care what anyone says. That ain't rubbish. The point is they don't like the agreement and deal we got with London Stadium, and we're always battling with them constantly over issues in that stadium. It's a nightmare, really. We don't have to see the surface. We don't have to see all the shit that goes on, but it's not an ideal scenario, mate. And that's why you should just own your own stadium at the end of the day.
And another thing is, the pints of beer inside the ground and half time outside. It's different. I think it's different. If I remember, I had my double rums and Coke, and they're probably 14 quid, 2 doubles, which is I live with that. So Daniela, and again, democracy. You don't have to buy it. Forget it. If you don't want to buy it, you don't want to buy it. Yeah. But in this day and age, anyone paying.
Well, mate, I've never seen such few queues at bars than I did at the last home game we had at Man City. You could walk up and get a drink at any kiosk in that ground. So it shows that, we will turn our backs on paying that. And it is counterproductive because at the end of the day, if they outprice it, they won't make no money. So there's, they've got to make it attractive enough that we will buy it because people are clearly turning their nose up at it, mate.
Definitely. What's happened is I've got no time for him. Frankie, any comment?
He wants more money. We won't give it to him. He was hammered a year. He come out and said he wanted a bumper contract. We wouldn't give it to him. He's got pissed off. I'm not saying that's right. It's bang out of order. But
again, I'm going to put Frankie in trouble, and again, I'm going to be miserable. I did the tour of the London Stadium. It's a load of shit. I've done it. It's fucking crap, mate. I was a season ticket holder, and it cost me next to nothing. Seriously, you don't even see half the ground because there's nothing there. There's no rooms, there's no museums, there's no enclosures, there's no boxes. I don't know if you've done it, Frank. You've probably been around anyway, all around. Crap.
Yeah, I've been in the sponsor bit and gone down and.
I saw those bits. Yeah.
But that's it.
Mandy, when those big boys drop into the competition, yeah, it's going to be.
Do you know what though, mate? I had a look at the fixtures for the Europa League tonight. They weren't no better than Europa Conference League. At this stage, it is just naff all round. It don't matter whether you're Europa or Conference. Is poor.
I think those. Oh right, okay. So the Europa teams don't look tasty. Okay.
No, they don't. It weren't. If you looked at if I showed you the two lists, I showed you Europa and I showed you Conference League, you wouldn't be able to tell me which one was which. They're both as bad as each other. But that's because we're in the playoff stages, not the actual qualified stages. So it will get a little bit better.
Ryan's bigging up Kent, Garden of England. Ralph used to live in Chatham. I know Chatham. Well done, Ralphie. Nice little apartment's gone up that way, I think. My cousin uncle, again, I'm mad and I'm not gonna go on too much. He used to have this bar in Raynham, I think. In the 1980s, 2 Sikhs with turbans running a fucking pub, yeah, big nightclub. Then suddenly it got closed, Frankie, for a number of years. House builders came along. I think they set them to a set up, mate. They wanted to build houses on it. It can change. Football will change. It will change quick. A transfer. Emerson, any comments on Emerson, Frankie? Saying, fuck off, I want more money.
Too much money, mate. Just ta-da. See you later. Not worth the money. Move on.
Daniel, was it? Right, I'm going to look into that. I hope that's true, and that's brilliant. Good. We've got so much knowledgeable people in there. Did you hear Rice was asked what Moyes... What? Did you hear Rice was asked what Moyes said to him?
On Moyes' return.
Fuck me, you... I don't know, mate. What's going on, mate? Something's going on, mate. Oh, mate. Yeah, mate. I'm going to go for the comments and then call it quits. There's something going on. I could be totally wrong. There's something not right, innit? There's something not right. Daniela is... That's fine. It's all about discussions and openness. That's fine, Daniela. No problem.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It is, but you're right. It is London prices, but you know we were promised affordable football. That was what it was all about. That's what we were told: affordable football for everyone. So that's when you're promised that, and it's not the case. Then it's hard. It's difficult to suffer.
Yeah. So in summary, I will put one more comment. In summary. What's hurting me is like a bit of greediness because we've done so well last 2 years. So obviously Champions League 2 years in lockdown, we missed it due to no replacement for Rice. Lingard pushed us that limit. Last season, two points behind United. Terrible form. Easily should have won Europa, I think. We'll get near it. Nothing in January. Still chasing up. Played 2, lost 2. It's just all of those things, and I don't know what's going on. It's just one of those, I think. Frankie, I don't know, you saw the result. It's a good result, 2-goal lead, so hopefully the boys will go to Denmark. £35 a ticket. One flight, Copenhagen, and another boat. Shipment in Viborg, innit, mate? You got something like that, innit?
No, mate, ain't for me.
It is for Dom, my mate. Dom's going to go.
Depending on what happens Sunday, you'll do well to get me to Aston Villa. So as long as Sunday goes all right, I will definitely be at Villa. If it goes wrong, then I might even.
So you're going to the Brighton game?
I'll definitely be going to the Brighton game. Yeah, 100%.
What do you think's going to happen?
I'm always positive for West Ham. I always think we'll win. I always back us.
Have we never beaten them in the Premier League? Is that the rule?
Nah, that's right.
No problem. Anyway, one more, and then we're going to let Frankie go. We said a bit of that. He's not happy, unless he's acting. He was fuming when he came off, and he had dark circles. I don't know what the hell's he been up to. I don't know, mate. I don't know what's going on. But Frankie, in summary, it is what it is. I'm not happy. That's it. It just carries on.
The summary is tonight was never what it was about. We had to do a job. The job's been done. We have got the biggest game of our season already. We're only 3 games in, and this game is massive. We absolutely have to get a result on Sunday. It's a huge, huge game already. And it shouldn't be like that, but it is. And we've got to go and do the business, mate. So we've all got to get over there and get behind them. And regardless of Moyes' opinions and players not...
Well, what do you think? What do you think the starting lineup will be before I let you go? The starting lineup. What do you think?
I don't know, mate, and I don't care. And that's the honest truth.
It's not your problem. It's not your problem, is it? Really, you're not the man.
No, it's not my problem. All I want to do is get over there, get behind the boys.
Yeah, have a good day.
Really just get back, really back them and cheer them on, and hopefully get a positive result, mate. And then go to Villa and go and do Villa as well away, and then we'll all be happy again. So that's the plan.
That's it, mate. That's it, mate. So everyone, God bless. Have a great evening. Have a lovely weekend. Hope Frankie. I've got a wedding on Sunday, and I'm sure after a few I'll be doing Frankie's head in. But everyone, God bless. Frankie, again, really appreciate it. I did your head in out of the blue. Take care.
See you later, everyone.
Take care.